our offensive execution has continued to grow, and our defensive intensity, has definitely stepped up a whole notch since we've played them in the Bahamas. So just making sure that we keep all those things in the forefront of our minds going into this game, it'll keep us ready. Of course. Yeah, you said it. The reason we came to South Carolina is to bring home national championships back to university. And coming in thinking about our freshman class, I think we were just a special class, and we had a special team our freshman year, and we have a special team again this year. So just being here, the eve of the national championship game, it's exciting. I have chills right now. You can't see because I have my hoodie on, but it's exciting because this is what we want to do. We want to be able to compete and contend for a national championship, and for us to be able to do it tonight, we're blessed. God has definitely guided us and kept us through it, our freshman, sophomore, and junior year now, and just so excited for the opportunities.
Hi, Aliyah. Howard Medcock. It's good to see you.
Hi.
I got two for you if I could. It's just typically players, as they mature, are playing faster and making quicker decisions. It doesn't seem like you do that or have to do that. You slow the game down, but you manage to impose your will on it. And I guess the first part of that is I'm wondering, what that thought process is like for you to, be in that moment, slowing it down. They're coming in with triple teams, and it doesn't seem to rush you at all.
Yeah, you say people try to make the game go faster, make quicker decisions, but I slow it down. I think being able to read the defense, I slow it down so I'm able to read the defense. Sometimes people still try to speed me up, but I don't know how to describe my brain. I don't want to sound like I'm super cocky or anything, but there are just so many pieces that move at the same time in a game, and it's really hard to understand. For me, I can remember every single play that happens in a game, no matter good or bad, and sometimes it's sad because I can't ever forget what happens in a game, but when I catch the ball, I already know if somebody's open on the weak side, and sometimes it might take me a little bit longer to pass the ball up because I'm trying to see if the defense will split and I can get an opportunity to go and score. But I see it all, and sometimes speeding it up is like, oh, let's just get the ball out of her hands, but I still see all what's happening, and so it's a lot of thinking that goes through my head, but it all happens at the same time that makes it all just one level and one motion. So I try to slow it down so I'm able to get a better understanding and really see what's happening, to see if all the things twitching in here is correct, but that's just really what I try to do.
And then just the flip side of that is, a lot of times people talk about when you get to that next level, and it's harder, but at the next level, you're not going to face these draping triple teams that are coming at every turn. Have you thought about that? About just when you get to the W, what it's going to be like, where you're going to be maybe they'll throw a double at you from time to time. I know Asia talked about this a lot, about how much easier the defenses came in that way because she wasn't focused the way they were blanketing.
Yeah, I think about that when I watch the WNBA games, because I'm like, oh, they can't even double her because she's just gonna kick a weak side, or people really accept their defense and they say, well, I can guard her, I can do this, and so when I watch it, I'm like, okay, well, I think I'll just go baseline here because she's obviously playing high side or this and that, and so I'm able to understand how some of these other teams play already and how people play defense, and it's like, all right, well, I'm already excited for it.
Question right here.
I definitely think that's so important. For me, people say it all the time that representation matters, but being a person of color, it really does matter. And to see that it's somebody of color talking about inequities and everything that's happening in the world, I think it's important because it might be easy for a white person or someone else to be able to speak about what they think is happening and what's inequity to them, but in reality you still don't know what it's like being a person of color. And so for Coach Staley, especially having the platform that she has and being my coach, it's just special to see, because it's like, I see this woman every day, and she's not afraid to use her voice, and she's not afraid to be who she is, which just continues to give me a boost, because I know that I have a platform, and if I think something is wrong or if I think something's not happening, then I should be able to speak up on it. And it's crazy because coming into college, I didn't really have a big platform, and I always thought that if you have a big platform, you probably should not be the one speaking because people are going to have their opinions. Oh, well, you shouldn't do this. You don't need to be talking. I mean, people did to Coach Staley the entire season last year. I mean, we made personal decisions not to stand for the anthem last year. That's what we did as a team. And everybody on social media had something to say. They were like, well, why don't you stick to sports? Why are y'all worried about politics? Why are y'all doing this? And that never really shied Coach Staley away from saying anything. And I think that's something that you can take into life in general because not everything's going to go your way always, and not even sports related, just everything in life. And so being able to speak up and use your voice, especially being a person of color where people might not, oh, we don't really need to hear that, we're going to listen to someone else. It's like you need to have your ground. And sorry if that went too deep, but I just really wanted to get that off. Okay.
Okay, we got time for one more question.
Aliyah, can you talk about your guards with Penny, with Zaya, with Penny? What do each of them bring chemistry-wise to this team? I want more of their personality than just what they do on court. The things you see about them that maybe we don't see.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys know Henny's definitely number 2 on the team with dancing. I definitely say I'm number 1 for sure. But I mean, Henny brings the energy. I mean, she's always funny. She's always laughing. On the court, you know, she's different bursts of speed. She controls the game, controls the tempo, gets us in direction. She's a great leader on and off the court. Zaya's a comedian. I don't know if you heard that anywhere else, but Zaya is really a comedian. The mood's always light around her, and on the court, you know that we can depend on her to knock down a shot, to be deliberate and attack the basket. And Bree Beal on the court, I mean, she makes everybody's lives hard, and we love that for her. Off the court, she's really funny. I mean, she just brings different personalities. Sometimes she'll hit you with some great sarcasm, and other times she's able to be serious. Like, she really understands when to do what, and I think that's just really great. But together on the court, they're a deadly combination, and they work really well together, and they're really understanding where each other needs to be and what needs to happen.